You've probably followed an order at work while a small part of you thought, this doesn't feel right. In 1966, a nurse on a hospital shift picked up the phone and heard a man introduce himself as a doctor. He asked her to give a patient a drug called Astritin. The bottle said one capsule was 5 milligrams. The maximum daily dose was 10. But the voice on the phone asked for 20, 4 capsules. No written order, no familiar doctor in the room. Just a calm voice, a medical title, and a promise that he would sign the order later. The question is simple. Why did that almost work? This was the Hofling Hospital Experiment, created by Charles K. Hofling and his colleagues. It wasn't staged in a classroom. It happened inside real hospitals, during real shifts, with nurses who didn't know they were part of a study. That matters. Because the point wasn't to see whether nurses understood rules on paper. The point was to watch what happened when a rule met authority in the middle of a working day. The drug was fake. The patient was protected. A researcher was there to stop the nurse before anything reached the bedside. But to the nurse, it looked real. A phone call, a patient name, a bottle in the medication cabinet, a doctor saying, in effect, do it now, I'll handle the paperwork later. And that's where the comfortable explanation starts to break. The order broke more than one rule at the same time. The doctor was unfamiliar, the order came by phone, the dose was higher than the label allowed, and the drug wasn't part of the normal routine. Still, the nurses moved. One reached for the bottle, another prepared the medication, another started toward the patient's room. They weren't being threatened. They weren't being shouted at. The voice didn't need to sound cruel. It only needed to sound authorized. And before you decide you would have stopped, think about the last time someone above you said, just do it, and you felt your own question get smaller. In the main study, 21 out of 22 nurses were prepared to follow the order until they were stopped. That number is the part that changes the room. Not one careless person, not one strange mistake. 21 out of 22. Later, another group was asked what they would do in that situation. Most said they would refuse. Of course they would. The dose was wrong, the rules were clear. But real life doesn't feel like a questionnaire. Real life has a ringing phone, a busy shift, a title on the other end, a little pressure to not make trouble. And the most uncomfortable detail is this. Some nurses noticed that something was off. The doubt was there. It just didn't become a stop sign. Psychologists call this obedience to authority. In plain English, it means your judgment can shrink when someone with status sounds certain. You may still see the warning sign. You may even feel the tension in your body. But the title of the other person starts doing the thinking for you. That doesn't make the nurses villains. It makes the story scarier. Because the danger wasn't in a bad person trying to hurt someone. It was in a normal system where a calm order could move a professional past her own check. The overdose was fake for the researchers, but psychologically, for the nurses, the choice was real. And that's the hidden mechanism. Dangerous orders don't always sound dangerous. Sometimes they sound calm, professional, and confident. Later research didn't always find the same level of obedience, which matters. Conditions can change whether people speak up. So the real lesson isn't that everyone blindly obeys. It's that systems are dangerous when they make checking feel like disobedience. Most of us will never stand in a hospital hallway holding 4 capsules for a patient, but the mechanism is familiar. A boss asks you to sign something fast. A senior colleague says, don't worry, I take responsibility. A person with a title sounds so sure that your own doubt starts to feel rude. This doesn't mean you should distrust everyone in authority. It means doubt needs a place to stand. A good system shouldn't require one person to be brave in the worst moment. It should give that person permission to pause before the damage is done. So the final question isn't, would you have been smarter than those nurses? The better question is, when does someone else's confidence become louder than your own warning sign?